Fade in from black. A title appears on the screen in large, bold, white font. My Blind Life. An image appears on the screen of a brain emoji. An image appears on the screen of a woman with a long, white mobility cane. An image appears on the screen of a man with a long, white mobility cane. A title appears on the screen in large, bold, white font. We are all unique! ! Fade out to black. Hi guys, welcome to today's vlog. On today's episode, I want to come in and talk to you guys all about a question I get literally asked probably once a week. And that is how a totally blind person, such as myself, sees color. I haven't vlogged in ages. I actually just got my laptop fixed last week. It majorly malfunctioned when I went to update to macOS Big Sur back in October, and it just was not working, and I had to do a factory reset, and then I lost all my information, and I finally last week figured out how to restore my backup from my Time Machine disk. So I'm now able to vlog. I was going to upload last week and iMovie wasn't working. It wasn't being accessible, so I couldn't edit any of my videos. So I'm re-recording this and hoping to post it today. Obviously, if this gets posted, you are seeing it and iMovie was accessible and worked for me. Fingers crossed this gets posted and actually works. I'm really, really, really excited to do this video. So, before I get into the main part of the video, just so everyone's on the same page, I have never in my life physically seen any colors. I've been totally blind since birth. I pretty much am totally blind. I will be doing a video coming up soon on what exactly I can see, for those who are wondering, so stay tuned for that. But I have never in my life seen color. I know what colors look like because people have described them. And until last year, when one of the people who supports me did it, and the way she did it, I never really understood what colors looked like. I never really had a favorite color. Last year, when we first went into lockdown because of the coronavirus, she explained what colors looked like. She gave me physical representations of as much of them as she could, and I'm now proud to say that not only do I have a favorite color, but I have a better idea of what colors look like. So the first color I'm going to start with will be the color red. So red is like fire. It's bright, but it can also be like anger. It's also like the fruit cherries. So it's sort of tangy, sort of angry, sort of bright and welcoming, like fire would be. If you were to see sort of like a flame. Flames can be welcoming, like good campfires. Flames can be angry. So red symbolizes flames and cherries and anger. So it would be sort of a fierce color with a little bit of tanginess to it. The color green, so green would be like fresh flowers or fresh leaves. It would be like fresh vegetables on your table. It's very lively. It symbolizes new growth as every year grass gets lush and green. It would be like taking your shoes off and walking outside in fresh grass that's long and living and healthy. It wouldn't be like crunchy grass, which would be brown. It's like the softest grass you've ever touched that you're walking in. Green's very calming, it's very peaceful, it's also very tropical, like your color pink. It would be like being somewhere fresh and warm, but not too warm, sort of like when we first start getting warm weather, where it's sort of a cool weather, but it's also warm and you have hope that it's going to get warmer. Green's a very beautiful color. It's very peaceful. So the color pink, pink is warm, it's inviting, it's like drinking a lukewarm drink. It's like a spring morning type of warm. It's like a big cone of cotton candy. It's a very fluffy color. It's like petting a very fluffy dog or a very fluffy animal, or a ball of dryer lint that's all balled up that's really fluffy. It's like a bunch of strawberries, so it's sort of sweet. It would taste sweet. It would be a sweet color. It's just very fluffy, very warm, very welcoming, very tropical. It would remind you of, like looking at something pink, would remind you of being in the tropics, being somewhere warm and beautiful and welcoming. The color blue. So blue is like the ocean. It's the color of my jacket that I have on, my sweater. It is a calm color. It's an inviting color. It would be like if you drank a glass of cool water. Blue is a cool color. It's not like super warm. It's not like red where it's angry and bright and flamey. Blue's cool and calming and peaceful. So the color brown. So brown is a very boring color. It would be the texture of a leaf that's dyed. So it's very dry and very boring. And it sort of is the color that really doesn't want to be noticed all the time. But brown can also be like fresh dirt that has just come into your garden. So it sort of is also rebirthing, because you need the fresh dirt, you need the brown color to make your plants grow beautifully green. So brown's one of those colors, sort of like yellow, where it wants to fit in. So it's going to be, tame, but it also symbolizes rebirthing because of fresh dirt. Fresh dirt is the color of brown. Yellow would be very sour, sort of very, it would be a calm color like pink, but it's also out there like red, like it wants to be noticed. It's sort of sour like a lemon, so it would be a very unique color. Looks like a school bus, so it also is one of those colors where it wants to be unique, but it wants to be noticed, but it also wants to fit in at the same time. So yellow is one of those colors that sort of doesn't fit in any box. It's calm sometimes, like certain flowers, I believe, can be yellow, so it can be peaceful at times, but it can also be sour at times. And then there's times when it wants to be noticed, like on a school bus. So yellow is that color that's very unique, that sort of doesn't fit in anywhere, but it does at the same time. The color purple. So purple would be like nice, peaceful, calm flowers. Lavender, I believe, is purple. Grapes are purple. Purple can also be bright, so it sticks out, or it can sort of be a neutral color, I believe, so it sort of blends in. So purple's one of those, again, nice, peaceful, calm colors that wants to be tame and fit in with all the other colors, but it wants to be different enough that it's noticed. Like your lavender plants and your grape bunches. I almost said grapefruit. I don't think grapefruit's purple. Maybe it is. Let me know in the comments if it is. Purple is another calming color. It's a color that calms people down because of how peaceful it is, and the objects associated with purple, like lavender and grapes are also very, very color white. So white is a shade such as black. Black is also a shade, I forgot to mention that. White would be like really cold snow. So it sort of has the same texture fluffiness as pink, but it's also sort of like hard but soft at the same time. So if you took a handful of really cold snow, we have snow outside right now in Ontario, where I live, because our weather's been so cold. We're right now experiencing a polar vortex. That is sort of what white looks like. It's cool. It can easily slide through your hands. It matches everything. It's sort of like black, where it sort of blends in with the colors that it's around, but it's not angry and dark like black is. It's more calming, like pink and purple and brown would be. It's more neutral like brown. It wants to fit in, but white can also be different at the same time, because there's different shades of white, which I didn't know until I looked up yarn to make someone's birthday present last week and asked that person, what is the color bone? And they got back to me and said, it's a shade of white. So fun fact, white has black shades. Is the color of darkness. It's the color of not wanting to be seen. Theater techs usually wear all black, so they're not easily spotted. It's the color of anger. It's the color of really dark clouds on a sort of summer's day when there's a storm coming. Black is that color that pretty much matches everything because it wants to fit in. So black's not necessarily a calming color like purple and pink and brown would be. Black's the color that just wants to fit in. So it's sort of going to be whatever feeling it wants to be with whatever other colors it's around. It's dark. It matches everything. So finally now for the question that you guys all are wondering. And that is, what is my favorite color out of all those colors I listed? What's my favorite color? And my favorite color would have to be teal. Teal is a very calm color. It's a cross between blues and greens. It's peaceful. It symbolizes peace and regrowth and harmony. And those are all things in my life that I try to strive for, is peace and harmony, where everyone gets along and everyone's accepted, but growth, so that I can grow into a better person. I can grow and I can change. I really like the color teal. I don't really know how to explain it. Feel free to comment below with your favorite color. And if you have better descriptions for those colors, please feel free to comment those too. Please feel free to like this video, subscribe to my channel, comment questions you have for future videos.